LDBC, this is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison. You're live on the Coach Shelton Harrison Combat Sports Show live. Okay, guys, this is a combat video, and I even skipped my introduction part of this. I skipped that because I had a request, and I try to do as many requests as I can. I can't do them all, but this request, it actually did something to me internally, and I can feel this person's pain. The coach felt this person's pain, and just hearing what this woman was saying in this message, I'm like, wow, she was really hurt. But she's not the only female that they've come to me on the back end and said, Coach, could you really speak on this? So I am. And I've even had fighters ask me to speak on this. Female fighters. Because you think these female fighters, and I'm not talking about the fighters that you see on the screen. I'm not talking about them. Because when people tell me something, one thing about me, I don't divulge it. I don't even care if you hate my guts one day and we cool the next day. If you told me something, and if I told you that I give you my word, it'll never come out my mouth. See, my word is everything. My integrity is everything. Now, I might get mad, and I might get upset, and I might even argue with you. It's cool. I argue with a lot of people online. It's cool. But things that they've actually told me, it never comes out of my mouth. That's just how it is. That is my code of ethics. You see, you wonder, and a couple of y'all females don't say, why are some of these dudes so aggressive? Why do they make fun of my appearance? Why do they make fun of how I look? This and that. Just saying mean and derogatory things to some of you females. And I'm about to tell y'all something. I'm finna go deep in this video. I'm finna go real deep, and I'm finna hit the pillars. So, you better relax, because I'm gonna take y'all to another place in this video. I want y'all look at these fighters on the screen. I made videos about all of them. I made a video about Vivian Pereira, Selene Aga, Tyron Woodley, Danielle Dynamite Taylor, Alexa Grasso, and Raquel Palugi. I made videos about these people, and I'm going to tell you what they all have in common. You see, some grown man came to the video and just made all kind of derogatory comments about their appearance. See, whenever you have a person online that says a lot of, inflammatory things. Now, I'm not talking about roasting. You roasting somebody and you joking around. I'm not talking about that, because some of us, we joke around. But I'm talking about because they disagree with an opinion of a woman, they disagree with that opinion, and they immediately go in and start with these inflammatory comments that you just wondering. And some of y'all females, you come to the chat and you like, where the hell did that come from? All I did was gave my opinion. Let me tell you something right now. When you have a man, a grown man that flies off the handle, like literally flies off the handle at you for no apparent reason, you see, you got to understand that there's been some type of violation in the home as a child. There's been some type of violation. It might not even been within the house, but there's been a violation of that person. And see, they've carried that violation inside of their souls until now. There's been a violation. And see, with that violation comes a consequence. I use the word simp a lot. I use a lot of that, but let me tell you something. These people that make these comments about your appearance, like the same people that said that, Vivian Pereira, they call her a racial name, call her a midget. Somebody called Danielle Taylor a midget nigger. Somebody told Alexa Grasso on her own Facebook page that she need to go model tacos, Mexican beat. I'm just telling y'all the truth. People said all kind of, Asian jokes about Selene Aga and was talking about how unattractive they think she is. You see, let me explain something to y'all. Do you know why people, they say these things? Because when they wake up in the morning and they look in the mirror, they don't see the person that they don't see the person that they need to be. They see the person that they become, and they see the person that they don't want to be. They see somebody, but they see somebody terrible. They see somebody terribly just unfit for life itself. They see that. They think that they're unfit. They think that they're not good enough to live life. And I'm finna tell y'all a very startling statistic. I'm finna tell y'all something. Do you know the average person that come into a chat room on YouTube or wherever you at on social media, and they leave a lot of crazy inflammatory responses, and you don't know why the hell they saying these things. You don't know why. You don't know even what triggered them. You know that 1 out of 2 of those people, I looked this up, 1 out of 2 of those people have already tried to commit suicide. Guys, it's not a laughing matter. Yeah, sometimes I pick on trolls, and sometimes I give them some of their own medicine, but I try not to overdo it in that department. I try not to, because a lot of these people, they're very, very suicidal. Very suicidal. And see, some of you say, well, they're not going to come from behind the keyboard, but some of them will. Some of them don't care about taking a bullet to the brain. Some of them just don't care because that's what they want. I'm just trying to tell y'all. See, you got to understand behavioral science. You see, people, and men especially, do and say certain things. They do these things because it's a cry. And sometimes it's not even a cry for help. It's a cry to end it all. Because, see, they don't know if they're going to be around the next day because they don't want to be here. You see, they've spent their whole life being miserable. This was the person that never got picked for sports teams. This is the person that's just the introvert, straight up. See, this is the person that never got along with people as a child. They didn't. Because nobody could understand where they were coming from. I've told y'all this story before. Where, me and my family, we adopted this Hispanic girl. Her culture doesn't matter, but when kids come to my program, I start identifying certain things that's wrong with them. I begin to start really analyzing the person, because see, I can't make a person a champion until I can really understand their mind. And they got to give their mind up to me. They got to. Because if I can't really try to influence how they think, I can't influence how they perform on the field when it's time to go perform in the sports. And this kid just always angry. Always angry. Come to find out, she was tricking herself out. 16-year-old was tricking. She was tricking. And this kid had low self-esteem. She never thought she was good enough. And nobody ever went out on a limb for this child. Nobody. And when I first met her, this kid had a bunch of money, and I'm like, what? How does kid get so much money? And I would always think that, but I never really tried to intrude. And y'all remember the story. She was going to this little house, crack house, and I followed her and I told her to come out. And yeah, the guy who ran this particular, venue, this particular crack house, he put a gun in my head. Now, I don't know about y'all, but when you get a gun in your head, sometimes you have to start thinking about your life. And your life flash, because you think that it's about to go. Nah, I wasn't afraid, because I told him, hey, man, if that's what you got to do. He told me to leave, and I said, well, I can't leave because this child got to go to school tomorrow. And, I need to get her so she can go to school. And I told the guy, I said, man, she'll never come back. And this guy, I don't know what came over him, but he told me, he said, man, I don't know. He said, but listen, take her, don't come back. He said, I don't know why I can't kill you. And so I just looked at him, told her to come on, and she was like, Coach, you could have got killed in it. I said, come on, let's go. And from that point on, yeah, she gonna graduate high school. She is. She's gonna graduate this year coming up. She's gonna graduate high school. And we don't have any issues, But see, it was the self-esteem. Because this kid always thought to herself, you know what, I'm just not good enough for anything in the world. I can't do this. It's the same thing. But now let's flip the script when we're dealing with men. They feel the same way. You see, they're not insulting you because they're mad at what you said. That's stupid. Who the hell does that? They're mad at you because they don't have any conflict resolution skills. They're mad at you. They're angry. They get angry because there's something in you that they see that they wish that they could be. And I know this sounds so trivial. This sounds so elementary, but it's the truth. There's something in you that they see that they wish that they can be. Maybe they want to articulate as good as you can. You see, nobody really knows why people envies another person. Nobody really knows that. But what I'm telling you is the absolute truth. And I'm gonna prove it to you. If you know anybody that's depressed, I'm talking about anybody that's got these mental and social issues, I guarantee you, the coach promises you, if you can look at any of their social media accounts and let them show you what they put on there, I promise you, you're going to find some of the same inflammatory comments that some of these dudes are giving you for no reason. You don't even think, ladies, you don't even think that you did, and you didn't. You just stated your opinion. You know, on my channel, I have very few problems with the women. The women state their opinions and they go. They don't argue back and forth with you. Matter of fact, the women, they know how to cut it off. They know how to cut it off. I mean, you got, people like Alicia Miller. They leave, they comment, they go. You got people, by the YouTube name Lala. They put their opinions up, they go, they don't argue back and forth. They just tell you what they think, and then they may respond to you once, that's it. That's consistent. Micro Myers Sis, that's another female on the channel. She will put her opinion out there, she'll say it. If you disagree, she'll explain herself, boom, she gone. See, this is called behavioral science, okay? And just about every single female on the channel, even the ones that's been inflammatory to me, they still don't go into these long drawn out. They say it, they cuss you out. That's it. They don't respond back to you. But then you have these men. You have these men, and see, you notice they lash out at the women more. I get people that lash out at me all the time for a video, but then I don't get lashed out nearly as much as some of the women do. I just don't. But that tells you there's an issue, a violation happening at home, a violation happening in that life. And this person more than likely deals with a single parent. And preferably a single mom. I'm just trying to tell you. I've seen this stuff, y'all. I've been doing this for 21 years. No, this is no joke. I've seen this happen. It's not anything you said, ladies. It's what they see something in you that they can't see it in themselves. And some of these guys, to be honest with you, deep down, they almost desire you. As crazy as it is, who the hell can desire somebody online? People do it all the time. The person who made up these dating sites, oh hell, those people are rich. Because see, when you come online, you can be anybody you want to be. If you're a failure in your real life, when you come to this virtual reality called the internet, you can be a success. You can be rich. You can have a lot of cars. You can have 5 girlfriends. You can have whatever you want, because who's going to know, right? Because everybody's mysteriously hidden behind their YouTube name. But, if people really understood what they did and put online, they know that your YouTube name don't protect your identity. It just don't. It's so many people that I could actually tell you, about their identity. I can tell you. But that's not my place. My place is to comment on these videos, interact with a lot of the people on this channel, and talk about fights. That's what it is. That's my place. And I just don't care to really expose people to a deeper level. See, it hadn't got that serious. I've only exposed one person, just one. And I sent them a photograph of their house, but this person was making plans to try to visit the coach right here where the coach lives, and well, we just couldn't have that. But I'm just saying, I'm saying it for a reason, okay? The reason is, guys, these people, not only are they mentally disturbed, but then there's a realm of demonic possession that goes along with it. See, remember I made the video to y'all, and I told y'all when a person is demonically possessed, that a demon just can't enter your soul. They can't do it. They can't get in. Your body is hard to get into. That demons, they don't have a lot of power. They don't have a lot of power in this earth realm. I'm going too deep for some of y'all. They don't have that kind of power. The power that they have is when they can get inside of you. But see, you have to open a door. What are some doorways? You see, some of these people, and I know some of y'all right now, you troll channels. You ain't got to say a word. Just listen. What are doorways that demonic spirits can get into your body? Unforgiveness. That's number 1. Unforgiveness. Number 2. Okay, now this is important. How a demonic spirit can get into your body. Indulging in pleasures that you shouldn't be indulging in. Number 1. Online news, people call it pornography. A demon spirit will get in you. Or, if you had a parent that violated you as a young kid, You got to find closure with that situation, because if you don't, that demon spirit going to control you like a parasite. I'm just telling you. You invite them in. You invite them in. When you practice stuff like, when you do stuff that's dark, the dark arts and all this other mess that people do, you invite these demonic spirits into your life. And they begin to tell you to kill yourself. They begin to tell you that you ain't a damn thing. See, those spirits telling you that. And so now when these guys react, now you have a little bit of a deeper understanding to what's going on. Are we perfect? Ain't none of us perfect. Ain't none of us perfect on this earth. We all make mistakes. We've all said things to people that we regret. We all do. But see, if it's a consistent thing, you have to understand what you're dealing with. It's not the fact that you made a comment that you said something wrong. The fact is, it's something wrong with them that they know. They know something wrong with them. They know that they're not all together there. And they know that they can't help it. They can't handle the stresses of their life. That's why. But see, everybody can get help. Some people are afraid to go sit in a chair. I think some of these dudes online, they need to go sit in a chair. They just need somebody to listen. Just like, when y'all ask me stuff, and some of y'all done told me some stuff. And you know what? And your privacy is my first thing. I'm not a psychologist. I'm none of that. But I have a code of ethics that I live by. And I'm going to tell you the things that I live by. Number one. And this is number one that I live by every day of the week. You never, if you're a man, you never ever take pleasures with a married woman. Because when you take pleasures with a married woman, your life will end. It may not be right away, but you will die. You will die. Okay? That's the first thing that I don't do. And number two, if somebody told me something in confidence, I don't care how angry I get at them. I don't care what they say to me. I never divulge it in public. A soul will know. Nobody will know. I take it right to the grave. Those are my two main rules that I live by on planet Earth. And I have to. See, that's my stand. That's what I do. And you'll understand that people too that say these things to you guys online, you notice how they seem to have the time to do it. And you notice how you don't have a lot of time. Like, it's people trolling me. Hell, I ain't know nothing about it until somebody pointed out to me. Or they tell, I don't know. Because I don't have time. When you guys see me a lot of times when I'm making videos driving. Because many of us, we're busy people. We don't have time to do everything. Hell, if it wasn't for guys like Lighthawk, Stone Mage, hell, some of these things I probably wouldn't know. Will to Thrill, Rawls. Some of this stuff, y'all send them to me. Now, they not trolling. It's just they keep up with news. The coach don't watch TV. I don't watch news. I don't do any of that. I work too much. But that goes to tell you that we're busy people. Trolls are not. Trolls are people that normally have a lot of time on their hands to do these things. But so I hope I answered your question. I hope I did. Okay? But it is a thing of low self-esteem. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done. What are you waiting on? Subscribe.